Good evening, everyone, and welcome to Knox Makers. It's Tuesday evening, and that means we're gathered here tonight for Show and Share. We've got several folks here who have brought projects to share with the rest of the group, and we're going to get started right away with Lucy, who's going to share with us about metalworking.
Hi guys, I'm Lucy. This is my first show and share. Been here for a couple of months now, and as promised, the piece that I put in the gaudy gold frame art show. And ta-da! So I did have a little bit of movement with this guy right here. I've done one other carousel before, and it was able to spin all the way around, but my challenge for this was because it needed to be in a gold frame, I needed to figure out what I was going to put in it. So I think it's really cool because sometimes it looks whole if you see through the mirror. So that was cool. So, ta-da. Any questions? Yes. So it's a bit of a rush job, to be honest. So it took me about 2 weeks, working pretty diligently on it. I didn't even, it's mostly glued, and I didn't even know if the glue was going to hold, because I just threw it in the car and took it. I was like literally deadline, like the last minute you could submit. So, question, yes, Larry? The individual, like the horses and stuff yes. You have there, how do you cut those out? It's a mostly a hand grinder. There are a few little spots that I used a Dremel cutter, but no. Most of it is just hand grinder with a cut wheel. Mm-hmm. Yes.
Let me ask you a question.
Mm-hmm.
You know, that's beautiful. How long have you been working with metal?
I have been only a welder for 4 years, a little over 4 years now. Before I went to school, I never picked up a welding torch, so about a little over 4 years now. Yes. So the mirror was already there. I found that on Facebook Marketplace, and it was actually the other way around, but my piece fit better with it like upside down. So yeah, I changed it. Anyone else? Okay, thank you.
That's really marvelous. I love the way that you use the reflective surface. I don't know about y'all, I feel slightly guilty. I feel like Knox Makers just like totally owns this gaudy gold frame contest every year. I mean, not really guilty. I just noticed it. That's awesome. Next up, we've got Butch, who has brought us a birdhouse update.
I love my phone. All right, let's see. All right, there we go. For those of you who weren't here or don't remember, last year I built a birdhouse, and this is a picture of it mounted. Doesn't show up well. Doesn't show up well in the picture, but it's actually covered with a puffs tissue box. Back in spring of 2023 and 2024, a pair of Carolina wrens decided to build a nest in the box while it was inside my garage on a shelf. And I thought, this is really inconvenient, so I'm going to turn the box into a regular birdhouse and put it outside. Unfortunately, this apparently did not meet with the birds' approval, and they completely ignored it this year, so it's a fail. But on the plus side, a pair of Carolina chickadees have built a nest under my back porch roof. So that's pretty much it. Just the birdhouse didn't work out. I put that little bit of window you can see at the bottom there was where they were originally getting into my garage at, so I thought they'd be attracted to that point, but apparently not. All right, any questions? Yes?
Have you tried putting it back in your garage?
I thought about it, but I said, no, I don't really want to go that route with it. And there's my phone saving a battery. Oh, well.
You thought about a bigger, higher roof?
I don't know. It's just, yeah. Yeah, well, anything else? Yes. Sure.
If you make the hole small, they might like that better. They might feel safer than. I'm not 100% sure that'll work.
Possibly. I mean, when they built the first nest, there was no top over the box, so it had a large opening in it, and I thought that appealed to them, but I may have been wrong. All right.
Is there a difference in the amount of Kleenexes in one box versus the other?
No. Well, no, both were empty of tissues. It did have a bunch of little metal binder clips in it, and I did transfer some of those over to the new one to, give it the same ambiance, but it apparently didn't work. All right, anything else? Nope, all right, thank you.
I mean, you removed the birds from your garage in the most loving and respectful way possible. How is that a failure? It seemed like you accomplished it. They've just grown up and moved away from home, that's all. Next up, we've got Thea, who has a baby onesie to share.
I'm the type of person that when I finish a project, I just move right on. So I always forget to take the pictures. So this is more of an in-progress thing for you guys to compare for probably 2 weeks from now. I still have to finish the last sleeve, but there's this thing with knitting that a pattern usually says after to wash and block. That's because when you have a pattern like this where especially with lace and cable, you can see it just keeps folding up. And on the sides here where it's got the expansion panels for the sides, it keeps actually folding inward. So theoretically, once I've blocked it, it's gonna look like the clothes you find in the store, where it's gonna lay properly with the sides open. And of course, I'll have the buttons on. So we'll see if it turns out like it's supposed to. Yeah. Oops. Yeah, it's supposed to be for newborns, so I chose the pattern that would have buttons all the way down the side and then buttons in the crotch so they can just lay them down. Any questions?
Have you maybe thought about the zipper as a parent of a young child? Buttons where the vein might exist? Maybe the zipper might.
By the time they're about 3 months old and wiggling, yes. But this is more for a show thing.
Show.
I imagine they'll put it in it probably twice. I have realistic expectations. Any other questions? All right.
looks extremely cozy. We were in haste to get in here and do this, what with all the cheeseburgers. Did anybody else have a share that they wanted to do this evening that didn't get on the list? Who? What? Where? Yes, yes, please.
Biggest fan.
Well, Sue always has me doing things. And this time I can't stand in line at Joanne's anymore. So I have to do other things. So I made a clapper. This is a clapper made out of wood, and it's just wood, that's junk wood that someone left behind, and made a clapper. What a clapper is for the people that make quilts. They're seamy, they sew little pieces to make a big piece. So those little pieces, they sew them together, they have a seam, they steam iron them, so they put the clapper on top of it to soak the moisture out and keep the seam flat. So she had me make, I don't know, I got 4 of these made for her, for Knox Makers themselves, and so I've been having fun. They're real easy to make. Rounds and corners. Questions?
How'd you get that neat logo?
This guy, this guy was standing around in the laser, and I go, "Hey, I need to put a logo on there." And he hit some buttons, and it appeared. Yeah, Wes.
How do you make the indents on the handles?
Ah, those. I found a router bit back there, put it in the router table, and routed them out. But I had to get a new router bit because that one wouldn't hold good in the router, so I went and bought a new router bit. Any other questions?
So you don't seal that, right? Because
No.
it'll soak up moisture.
It's got to soak up moisture, so it's not sealed or anything. And you don't want to use an oily wood. So, yes, Sue?
Have you, had you sand the ones that you have made previously? Because they were used so much steam.
Just say yes, Peter.
Yes, I did. The one I made for her at home got used so much that I had to re-sand it again because the moisture did something with the wood, so I took steel wool to it. Any other questions? All right, thank you.
I love that you logoed it. Jerry's a company man. Anybody else got anything to show us tonight before we move along? Okay. I just wanted to remind you about a few events that we've coming up in the next few days. Friday evening, we have a authorization class in fiber arts for the Quiltinator that is sold out, so you have missed out on that. However, next Thursday, they're doing it again. So if you have not yet got a Quiltinator ticket, you still have an opportunity for next week. On Saturday, we've got Moonraker 101, so that would be the CO2 laser. Likewise sold out. Hope you got those tickets. However, in the afternoon on Saturday, Crossbow 101. So if you haven't yet learned the fiber laser, you can get queued up to operate on metal. There are tickets available for that, amazingly. Snap them up. Also on Saturday, Stitch and Bitch, always free and always fun. Come and complain and stab your fingers. And on Sunday, we have our board meeting. That is, of course, something that happens on the internet, so you don't have to put pants on, and we'll be posting a link about that in the All Members channel if you'd like to observe the board making the sausages. Also, I just want to remind you that next Thursday, which is the 24th, is our next new member onboarding session. So if you're on the path to membership, or if you're considering becoming a member of our wonderful community, you might like to attend that. That is next Thursday at 7 p.m. in this very room. I also wanted to remind you of a few things coming up. And first of all, I want to hand things over to Sean, who has a very well encapsulated project that he wants you to work on.
Yes. So, as some of you may know,
Yeah, you should come to the podium.
All right, so as some of you may know, we have another maker challenge going on, the Make It Mini Challenge. Basically, it's just make the best thing that can fit into the capsules that are out on the table that's right outside this door here. Entries are due end of day this Friday, the 18th. I'll come by the space and pick them up, so get them in if you have something. We've got prizes for Best in Show. We're going to have some judges pick out their favorites. Next Tuesday, we will have a chance to vote on the audience favorite before they go off to the people at Dogwood Arts. So you come on out next Tuesday, and we'll have little slips for you to vote for your favorite. They'll be arrayed out on one of the tables out there. And then we'll have special prizes for Best in Media. So you'll have wood, plastic, fiber, or metal. And so the best one out of those. Best small version of a usually big thing, and best world in a jar, so a little tableau scene figure, something like that. So those are special prizes that we'll be awarding there. So yeah, like I said, this Friday, the 18th, is the deadline. So get them in there, and we will all get to look at them next Tuesday and marvel at their tininess. Yeah, if you have any other questions, come see me afterwards. But otherwise, the only rules are there's no limit on entries, and just make sure you put your name on the little slips that are near the entry basket. It'll be like the bright green basket just on top of near the mystery maker machine there. So please enter, and enter often. Can't wait to see what you make. Thanks.
Very good. And also, special guest, John Dale would like to talk to you about the Dogwood Arts Festival.
Speaking of the capsule machine at the Dogwood Arts Festival, we're going to do demos and workshops at the Dogwood Arts Festival. We did it last year. There's a maker experience section of the main area where we're doing workshops and demos that you can come by and watch. Tickets for the workshops are for sale. I'll put a link in the Mattermost if anybody wants to take part in any of those. But we have several members who are doing some of the demos and workshops. Daryl is going to be doing a blacksmithing demo. Joe is doing a metalworking demo. Yeah, he's right there. Laurie's doing a Monsters Made with Love workshop, so tickets for that one. Ray's doing an electronics workshop, so and I'll build a little soldering a little LED board. And Sue and Thea are making a cross-stitched, is doing a cross-stitch workshop, so tickets for that one as well. And it has a laser base, so buy all the tickets for that one. Yeah, so, but it's going to be a lot of fun. If you have never been to the Dogwood Arts Festival, I highly suggest you go. It's from Friday to Sunday. We'll have representation there, I think mostly on Saturday, but also the other days as well. So come by, check it out. It's next Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. So not this coming one, but the one after that. It's still April, the last weekend in April. Yeah. Any other questions? All right, thanks.
Very good. Thank you. We've got a couple more housekeeping things before we turn off the internet stream and then have a secret talk. I just want to mention to you, obviously we had a wonderful cookout tonight. Big thanks to everybody who helped make that possible. I look forward to this every month, and I hope y'all do too. I think it's like super fun to get together and eat and just hang out a little bit. We always make much too much food, and so please be sure that you fill your pockets on the way home and help clean up a little bit maybe, because we do make a wicked mess. Also too, I know we've got some new folks with us tonight, which is extra fun. I love it when you folks come on cookout night. If y'all haven't already, please be sure that you find somebody to give you a tour and answer your questions and get plugged into everything here at Knox Makers because it's wonderful. That concludes the official program and the web stream.